Hello everyone, my name is Dios Thakur and welcome to this course on high school level mathematics. In this course, we'll be studying about the topics that is usually taught to high school level students like this permutation and combination and other advanced topics like calculus, in which we will study about derivatives, antiderivatives and limit and continuity, exponential function and so many other things. But before we directly plunge into studying about those advanced topics, it is really important for us to study the basic things that is taught to high school level students, and that is this permutation and combination. So we'll start from permutation and combination, and later on in some other videos we'll be studying about those advanced topics like calculus and so many other things. So let's start. Permutation. We'll be beginning from introduction to permutation. This is going to be introduction. We'll not be directly plunging into solving the problems, mathematical problems related to permutation. It will be very uneasy and inappropriate. That's why it's really important for us to start from introduction to permutation. Now, one thing to remember about permutation is that permutation means arrangement. So you can think of permutation being the synonym of arrangement. So any arrangement could be thought of as permutation. For example, let's say I have 5 books and I want to arrange those 5 books in some certain way. Okay, so let's take it. Let's say this is our first book, our second book, third book, fourth book, and our fifth book. Let's say these are book number A, B, C, D, and E. Now, here are these 5 books. The total number of books is of course 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want to arrange 2 books out of these 5 books. In how many ways I can arrange those 2 books out of 5 books? For example, of course, I can arrange A and B together, A and C together, A and D together, and also A and E together. Right? This is a arrangement of A with other books. And similarly, we can also arrange B and A already done, B and C, B and D, B and E. And similarly, we can also do for C, CA, CB already done, CD, and then CE. And similarly for D and E, and so on and so forth. So in how many ways we can arrange 2 books out of these 5 books? That is what we call as permutation. Or in other words, in how many ways we can permute? In how many ways we can permute these 2 books out of these 5 books? That is what we call as permutation. So the total number of arrangement of a certain number of things out of total number of things, that is what we call as permutation. Okay? Now, if I want to find out the total number of arrangement, then there is a mathematical formula by which it will be very much easier for us to find out the total arrangement of certain number of things out of total number of things. Then if this P refers to permutation, let's say this P refers to permutation of, let's say, n be total number of things. It could be total books, total pencils, or whatever it could be, or simply total number of objects. And R refers to objects that are arranged. For example, here are 5 books, n becomes equal to 5, and R is going to be equal to 2, right? Because we're going to be arranging 2 books out of 5 books, right? So n refers to total number of object, and R refers to objects that are going to be permuted or objects that are going to be arranged. And this is equal to n factorial. I hope everybody is familiar with factorial. N factorial, or simply factorial of any number, let's say 5. 5 factorial is simply equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Similarly, 10 factorial is going to be equal to 10 times 9 times, until we reach out 1. That's what we call as a factorial. That's how factorial actually looks like. Anyways, this is going to be equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial. Okay, so the permutation of n number of things taken r at a time, or in other words, arrangement of n number of things taken r at a time. We're actually going to be arranging this r number of things out of n number of total things. This is equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial. For example, let's combine this relation, this mathematical equation, with this example. Of course, in this case, n is going to be equal to 5. So n is equal to 5 books, right? And r is going to be equal to 2 books. N refers to total number of books, right? And R refers to the books that are going to be arranged. What number of books are going to be arranged, and those are 2 books. Now let's plug in into this formula. P 5 comma 2, we're actually trying to find out in how many ways we can arrange 2 books out of 5 books, and this is going to be equal to 5 factorial over 5 minus 2 factorial, and this is equal to 5 times 4 times 3 factorial over 3 factorial. 3 factorial cancel out, and we have 20 ways. So therefore permutation of 2 books out of 5 books is equal to 20 ways. Now what does this mean? This simply means that we can arrange 2 books out of 5 books in altogether 20 ways. Remember that there was AB, AC, AD and AE, and similarly so many other books were there, and the total number of permutation or the total number of arrangement is equal to 20 ways. So in altogether we can arrange all the 2 books out of 5 books in 20 ways.